You're listening to School Counseling Simplified, a podcast with easy-to-implement strategies for busy school counselors. Here's your host, Rachel Davis from Bright Futures Counseling.
Hey there! So before we get into today's episode, I have some super exciting news to share. The doors to stress-free school counseling are open. This is my course where I'll show you how to increase your productivity to maximize your impact and get the recognition you deserve. This is a project I have been working on for quite some time, and I am so glad that launch week is finally here. So the framework I'm teaching in this course will completely transform your counseling program. I'm sure of it. In 1 month, you will go from feeling stressed and overwhelmed to feeling productive and in control, so you can impact more students and get the recognition you deserve. That means you're seeing more kids, you're changing more lives, and you're finally being understood by your peers and colleagues. The modules cover things like time management, scheduling, organization, data collection, and tools for advocacy. And the cool part about this course is that not only will I be teaching you all of the strategies and tools I use, but you will also get to join a community of other like-minded counselors and get live Q&A sessions with me. And that's where you can pick my brain all things counseling. Basically, it's not just you watching training videos alone, but it's a community of counselors learning and growing with each other to have their best year yet. So if you've ever felt like you're on your own island, then you will love having this group to go through the course with. Stress-Free School Counseling is on sale for this week only, and doors are closing Thursday, January 14th, and they will not reopen. Let's be real, 2020 was rough, but this is your opportunity to start 2021 off right. I promise you don't want to miss this. Sign up now at stressfreeschoolcounseling.com. Okay, let's dive into today's episode. So today I want to share with you how I stressed less and increased my impact using 3 simple strategies. So if you've been listening to the last few episodes, you're probably noticing a theme here. I keep talking about increasing impact. So what I mean by that is seeing more students and changing more lives, which is likely why you are in this profession in the first place, right? That's what we're here for. But so often we get bogged down with other things, and it's hard to see why we started in the first place. Sometimes our vision gets cloudy, but I'm here to help you clear it up, and I want to share how I stressed less and increased my impact using 3 strategies. So, the first strategy, create a streamlined schedule. So, how does this help you stress less? Well, by creating a streamlined schedule, you know you're not going to miss an appointment because you have your crisis response team protocol. So I've mentioned this in the past. This is that protocol that allows you to divvy up the responsibility of responding to crises. So that way you are not solely responsible for them. That way you can never worry about missing a class guidance lesson or a scheduled group or an individual session. You're respecting your students' time, your teacher's time, and your own time, and you know that all of the crises are going to be handled. This equals less stress. Now, how does the streamlined schedule help increase your impact? Well, when you're not missing those lessons, you're impacting students. You're not having to spend time rescheduling or bailing on things because of these fires you have to put out. So you're actually there to deliver great lessons and content and help your students. When you manage your time better, you're spending less time doing email and phone calls because you've likely batched those things, as I've mentioned before, and you're spending more time seeing kids. That's how you can stress less and increase your impact through using a streamlined schedule. Now, the second strategy you can do is get organized. So how can getting organized help you stress less? Well, when you know where everything is, you can easily find it. It is very stressful to not be able to locate a permission slip or a paper or some student notes or an activity or even a dice to use in your game, whether it's virtually on your computer or if it's an in-person material. Being organized helps you stress less when you can easily find things. But what does getting organized have to do with seeing more kids and increasing your impact? Well, it increases your efficiency, which increases your impact. So remember, when you've organized your caseload and your calendar, you're being more efficient. You're not wasting time trying to figure out what you're supposed to be doing, who you're supposed to be doing it with, or where to locate materials. And this increased efficiency equals an increased impact. You have more time and you're more efficient to see students. And the third strategy, collect data. You can stress less when collecting data because you know your program is working. You know that what you're doing is making a change and making a positive impact. And you say, but what if it's not? What if I collect the data and I see that a student's not progressing? That's fine. That data is equally valuable. So we want to collect the data because if students are progressing, great, let's continue. If students are not progressing, we need to reevaluate and see how we can better serve them, even if that means referring them to someone else. Either way, by collecting data, you know that you're making a positive change and that your program is working. And it increases your impact because you can stop seeing those kids who have improved. So I know it's sad, you may have a great relationship with a kid, but after you've seen them for 8 weeks, if you measure the data and you see that they've made great progress and met the goals you were working on with them, you can send them back to class and stop pulling them out. That frees up more space for you to see another kid who is not quite ready yet and who does need the counseling services. Remember, you're supposed to be solution-focused and short-term as a school counselor. So this way you can run programs that are yielding results and stop wasting your time on ones that are not. Now, the cool thing about these 3 simple strategies I have for you about creating a streamlined schedule, getting organized, and collecting data are that these are not new additional tasks for you to try. My goal with this podcast is to provide you with actionable strategies, yes, but I don't want you to leave feeling overwhelmed and that you have a laundry list of to-do things to do on top of your existing things. Rather, it's just for you to be more intentional about the things you are doing in order to eliminate stress. You can do them better. So, for example, with your schedule, you likely already have a schedule, but instead of responding to crises as they come up and frantically putting out fires, you're going to implement that crisis response team protocol and not miss any lessons, which will increase your impact and cause you to stress less. And with getting organized, if you're more intentional about how you sort your materials and organize your desktop, then you know that you're going to be more efficient, which causes you to impact more students. And finally, with collecting data, if you're more intentional about what students you're seeing, how long you're seeing them for, and why you are seeing them based on the data that you've collected, you can eliminate stress. So I shared with you how to stress less and increase your impact with 3 simple strategies: scheduling, organization, and data collection. But a bonus part to this is that you can advocate for your position and get the recognition you deserve by doing these things. What? So not only are you seeing more kids, you're less stressed, but you can also advocate for your position and get the recognition you deserve. So here's how you can do that. By using your schedule, you can advocate for yourself by showing others to respect your time. You're not just the go-to for anything person. You're not here to get dumped those undesirable non-counseling tasks on anymore. You have set tasks that make a difference, and because you're collecting data, these all interweave, because you're collecting data, you can show that. This makes you appear reliable and dependable. People want to work with you. Teachers want you to come in and do a class lesson because they see the worth. They're not thinking, oh, the counselor's here to waste some time again. Others are going to respect your time, and that's a way that you can advocate for your role. You can advocate through your position, through organization, again, by showing that you are organized and efficient, you're easy to work with, and you can easily show the services you provided, also known as your impact. So when you're organized with your caseload and with your counseling log, you can show which students that you've seen, which small groups that you've led, and which lessons you've implemented. This is a way that you can advocate for your position because you're showing how much that you've done as the school counselor and how much value your school counseling program is bringing to your school. And finally, data collection is the ultimate advocating tool because you can show the numbers. This proves a need for your position. You're showing your principal and any of your stakeholders why you need to be there, why school counselors are so important and so valuable. And it's because you're making big changes with students and you have the data to back it up. So, are you ready to stress less and increase your impact? Are you finally ready to start getting that recognition that you deserve? The start of a new year and the start of a new semester is the perfect time to begin implementing these game-changing strategies. So if you were nodding your head along to this episode at any point, or if you're thinking, I need some more help in these areas, then my stress-free school counseling course is for you. It is based on a proven framework of scheduling, organization, and data collection strategies that I have used to increase my productivity. This increased productivity allowed me to increase my impact by helping more students, which is my passion, and I'm sure it's yours too. And then a bonus result of my increased productivity was that I was able to advocate for my role and get the recognition I deserved by proving how valuable our counseling program was. I wish I had this course a few years ago, y'all. That's why I created it. It would have saved me so much time and headaches. So, what do you think? Are you ready to say yes to a productivity system that will give you the time and freedom to focus on your passion? The doors close in 2 days and will not reopen. Sign up today at stressfreeschoolcounseling.com. Okay, I'll talk to y'all next time.
Thanks for listening to School Counseling Simplified. You can find the links from today's episode in the show notes. If you'd like to connect with Rachel, she's on Instagram and Teachers Pay Teachers at Bright Futures Counseling. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any episodes of School Counseling Simplified. Talk to you next week.